Well, everybody, let's talk about the Johnson Workway Algoa Cup Day today. Excited about all of the festivities going on in Gebeke. It's going to be a superb afternoon's racing. The second is the start of the Bipod. It's a handicap fillies and mares over 1,000 metres, and we tend to start off with what does seem to be a very nice horse in the making, Darren. This horse, 3 Rocks, just knows how to win and keeps winning. You think it'll win again?
Yes, Clyde. She's different class, this filly. You know, when she ran her maiden, first time out, her debut, second, I thought this filly, she was very green, and I thought next time out she's going to win by half the racecourse, which she did. And she's won 3 on the trot since that maiden win. So 4 in a row. She beat Hunting Trip in a Pinnacle last time out. That was a smashing win because that was a tough race. Back to the 1,000 metres, not a concern. The only danger on collateral form could be Paris Lass. That's better off at the weights with her. But I just feel 3 Rocks could be a class above that.
Yeah, she's currently 7 to 10. Well, we're doing this Friday, just a reminder. Friday afternoon, Daryl. She's 7 to 10 at the moment.
Yeah, I'm going to bank her in the Bipod, Clyde. You know, you open the book and you say Paris, who is it? Paris Lass.
Yeah.
Has got her at the weights. But Clyde, Paris Lass hasn't proven that she's, or displayed the improvement that 3 Rocks has. 3 Rocks has just gone through the divisions with ease, Clyde. So despite the turnaround at the weights, I expect her to confirm that form. And maybe Paris Lass has got her issues. You can see she hasn't been racing much. Whereas 3 Rocks is fit and sound. Confident bank in the opening leg of the Bipod.
Thanks, Daryl. Right, confident banker. This was 3 Rocks progressing. Would be a huge disappointment if it didn't run in the Bipods, I can tell you that much. But all does appear to be well on paper and everything else that goes with it. This is the Bipod worked out for you then for this meeting today. Have a look and mark up. Use your camera. You know what to do by now. Let's get the Bipods on. Right, we had a handicap fillies and mares. It's over 1,400 metres on Friday. No advice yet of any changes or scratching. So we're of the under the impression that there'll be 14 of them that go to the gate. But watch the market closely. It's 9 to 2 the field. It's not nothing particularly strong from a market perspective, Daryl. So go straight to you.
Yeah, when are we going to see you in PE calling the race, Clyde?
I don't know. Sure, I did that long ago.
When last were you there?
Oh, with Alan, it must have been 10 years ago, I think. Lovely commentary, but great place, eh? I'd go every meeting.
I've never been racing.
I would go every meeting.
I've never
Love
been
it.
racing.
It's the most. Haven't you been there? Jeez, you think you're there at Santa Anita? It's lovely with the poly and the turf, and no, Fairview's beautiful.
Yeah, Clyde, one of the leading last of the year, number 5 for all we know. Now, last time out, she was just out of her ground on the poly track. It's never easy to give so much ground on the poly track. You can see her turf form. She's very consistent. She's actually performed well off a higher rating. So, run of the race, Richard Free from a 1 draw. Very, very competitive, yeah. State of mind interests me because last time out I thought she was a bit too handy. She's better with cover. And one thing about Jacques Stradum's stable, Clyde, is it is absolutely flying. Now, we've seen Mr. Huerson with Wonder Water. Jacques Stradum comes onto screen with post-race interviews saying Indigo. What's Indigo, Clyde?
I don't know. Never heard of it.
Maybe Darren knows what Indigo is, but I'll tell you something.
What
it's
does
working.
he mean by Indigo?
He's got a product, some product.
Oh, that he holds in his hand?
Well, it's called Indigo, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I've gone short over here. I hope I get through 5 and 8.
5 and 8, State of Mind. Well, the form hasn't been too bad because that horse came straight out of Official Secret. Opera Swing came out, who was second to win directly after that. Mr. Burrows, what is this Indigo story? Any idea?
No, I'm not too sure, Clyde. I have been watching a couple of videos about it, but race 3, very tricky for me, Clyde. I thought 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 10 all got chances in no particular order. So I'm not going to really touch on this race. I thought it's a hard one.
Hard one. Thanks for that, Mr. Burrows. We have therefore got a exotic worked out for you. It is now on your screen. Please fire away. So is Lady Mystica the right one now in this Pinnacle Stakes over the 1400 meters? I mean, I got to tell you that Lady Mystica, she's been in very good form. Her last few runs, she's been in the money. She won her penultimate, she won her last. And one could argue there's no reason why she can't win again. I mean, she's priced up at 11 to 10 to win this race, yeah? Second choice being Rose of Bayou at 4 to 1. Daryl, I don't know, how big are you on this favourite?
11 to 10 is crazy in my opinion.
Too short.
If you look at the ratings, I mean, she is best weighted. And she's certainly in a lovely filly on the upgrade, Clyde, but to be taking 11 to 10 about her returning from a 4-month layoff.
Still premature. It's only Friday. Maybe it'll drift for Sunday.
4 months off.
It's a long time.
It's a long time. I don't think she's going to be 100% tuned for this race. She can certainly win a Clyde, but 11 to 10, I don't think anybody is going to be taking that price about her. I think the pace will be on over here, and I know this was Flame Flower is worst weighted here, Clyde, but I think the race can be run to suits. If you just see this Daughter of Water Winter, she can put it in on occasion, and I think if Music gets an opportunity to slot in behind Pinnacle, get the run of the race, I think she is capable. I've gone wide in this leg of the PA and the Bipod. And then Carbonado, I know Brandon Burrows loves to harp on the fact that she's one of the better looking fillies around. She possibly is. She should get the run of the race. She's second best weighted here from a one draw. I think Sharon Stables turned the corner. They're back in form. And she goes well over this course in distance. You can see she actually ran quite close up in a feature at Fairview on the turf track. So I went wide. I went all of numbers 1, 2, and 6.
Okay, so open race, as you heard. Darren Burrows, James Mapiri used to say the smaller the field, the bigger the upset. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that. It's actually in my book that I wrote, The Punter's Bible. Let's touch on this race now. Lady Mystico. This filly's big stride on her, and they've been waiting for the turf with this filly. She was carded to run on the turf a few weeks ago. They moved to the poly and they scratched her. I still thought, I couldn't believe they scratched her because she won 2 in a row on poly, but she's obviously a better horse on turf. So Lady Mystico could come back with a bang. Richard Faree in the saddle. She could be a class above these. Now you got Pinnacle with a 4-kilo claim, brings her right into the race. I liked her last win over course and distance. Rose of Bayou and Carbonado's got chances, but I did circle Lady Mystico as the right horse.
And you were also telling me that it is one of the trickier pick sixes. It's a carryover pick six, just by the way. There's a R500,000 to start with, and they're expecting a good few million here. So make sure you get your pick sixes on for Sunday afternoon. Here's the Racehorse Owners Association Handicap. It's run over the 1400 metres, this particular event, and there are 12 of them that are going to line up. Some nice ones too that are going to the gate here, and one of them being, of course, Glenn Cotson's Blackberry Malt, who's 22 to 10 favourite. 4 Teatro is the second choice at 9 to 2. 11 Chance Act is trading at 6 to 1. And 7 to 1 about number 10 Narcos. There's Brendan James is in there, also trading 8 to 1. And then you can get 10 to 1 and better about the others. Darren, tell us a bit more about Blackberry Malt. What's going on there?
Clyde, he's been a bit disappointing. I expected him to go through the divisions. But if you look at his Cape Town form, Sugar Mountain, Sundazed, that could be good enough to beat this field with only 55.5 kilos. 1400 meters, I thought always slightly on the sharp side for him, but it's either Blackberry Malt or the field, and I played the field in the exotics.
Okay, interesting. Blackberry Malt or field for you, Daryl?
How much were you standing to win on this horse one day?
A lot of money once upon a time. When was that?
400 odd thousand?
Yeah. When was that, Daryl? I can't remember. It was a while ago, eh?
I think Kamala rode him, beyond Future Swing.
It was in the Cape, eh?
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway. Has it won since then?
He's been to the Eastern Cape before, Clyde, over this course and distance.
Yeah.
He actually ran in the listed Dubai Stakes. He ran second to Kaya's Hope.
Yes.
So, if you recall that day, he got going very late. Kaya's Hope got first run on him. The stable's turn. Glenn Cotton's come to form. Danielson, they've teamed up nicely together. He's been backed up quite soon, a week later. But if he travels well, I think he'll be doing his best work late. This horse, Brendan James, he's a bit of a course and distance specialist from a one draw with 54 to shoulder. If he can slot in behind a horse like Prince Vian, he may not be the most talented in the race, Clyde, but he's going to get the run of the race, and things could fall into his favour, and I certainly wouldn't be surprised to see him fight at the finish. And then this was Teatro. He has been very costly to follow in the past, well, especially in the Eastern Cape. But one thing is for sure, what could turn around for him is him being stepped up to the 1400. Now, we've seen him actually as a young 3-year-old, if I'm not mistaken, race over 1400, even in a mile in the Western Cape. And he was always placed. He never missed the frame. Let's see how he goes over the 1400 on the turf surface. I think he's a better turf horse. So I went all of numbers 4, 9, and 12.
Okay, interesting. So Teatro goes in, Blackberry Malt, Brendan James, you heard from Daryl. Darren says it's possibly a field event. This Blackberry Malt's come down in the ratings as well, so just watch out for that. Let's take a look with jackpot opportunity as well now. Race number 5. You guys can have a look at the exotics as to what the guys are recommending. This race is meant to run, or should be running, around 20 past. So Glenn Cotson in here with this horse Flower of Saigon, hoping to win the Betway Wedgewood Handicap. It's over 2,400 metres as the Flower of Saigon. Run to Sensor Unico last time out. Solid performance. We saw Sensor Unico win again, Daryl. So that line does appear to be fairly strong, doesn't it?
That was a lovely effort on her behalf, Clyde. Like I said, the stables really turned the corner. In a penultimate start at Fairview, she was a runaway winner of the Betway Jockey Club Stakes.
Right.
That was over 2,000, and she stays extremely well. But the handicapper took note of that victory, Clyde, and he pumped her up. What was it?
What was it? 89.
6 kilograms, 12 pounds for that victory. So she's got a hefty weight to lug around the Fairview 2400. It's certainly going to make her task that much more difficult.
Yeah.
This number 4, double check, the 5-year-old mare by Twice Over. She's actually won this race. If I'm not mistaken, she won it last year with Musi, and he never moved a muscle on her. But she did carry quite a bit less on that occasion, but she stays extremely well. I think she's got a 4-odd kilogram swing in her favor. So I do believe she is a factor to put into all equations over here, and she could be the favorite's danger. And don't be surprised to see Medler's Tart split the two of them and feature in the trifectas and quartets. So 1 and 4 to fight it out. Respect for number 2.
Okay, so you're making it a couple. Mr. Burrows, how are you reading it? What are you making it?
Flower of Saigon, still the horse to beat for me. I know she went up big time in the ratings, but she's a decent filly, a decent stayer, 62 to shoulder. She should be competitive. Definitely maybe. Now, I've made a lot of money lately on this filly. I've labelled her at 10 to 1. She's arrived. Last time out, again, she arrived. Gets on really well with Kendall Minnie. She's now a 6-time winner. And I think the further they go, the better for her. So I think 1 and 3 to fight it out. And double check on her day. She could come home lonely, but she's a bit in and out.
Yeah, the interesting factor about this race is the 2,400 metres. Who will it suit? Who won't it suit, etc. Race 6, there's the suggestion from the team. The Wedgewood Handicap, sponsored by Betway, should run at 5 to 3. This is our feature for the day, the Johnson Workway Algoa Cup. It's over 2,000 metres. Thank you so much to Nick Johnson for getting involved in the festival and his company. Of course, this event, race by race, year in, year out, always a good one, and promises to be a cracker again over the 2,000 metres as they race away in this listed event for the 350k. Favorite at the moment, we're doing this Friday, please don't forget that, is this horse Grazing in the Grass. Mr. Burrows, who's marked up at 4-1, but horse has been incredible form.
Yes, incredible form, Clyde. He's won, I think, 6 in a row. He's a 13-time winner now. I think he went to PE as a one-time winner battling, and he's really done well. I see Mike de Kock and John Malherbe own him, along with the ASSM Racing Syndicate. So he's got to be a serious runner in this lineup, but it's going to be tougher because there are raiders. Now, Hoodspray, he's probably the only Summer Cup entry in the race. It was good to see him back to best last time out behind Grazing in the Grass. He's very capable on his day in this type of company. Triple Time, unlucky last time out behind Senso Unico. That form line stood up. Han Solo won this race last year. He's a very good horse. He's quite consistent. His comeback run, he freshened up over 1400. He will be right there. Interesting runner, Gallic Tribe. First time over this trip, but he does unwind very late, and maybe he'll enjoy it. So don't ignore Gallic Tribe at a big price. The Futurist from the Brett Crawford stable, strong front runner. And then Cherry Anno, done nothing wrong, never missed the money in 9 starts.
There are quite a few. Once you start going into it, there are quite a few horses here that you have to talk about. I mean, if Flower of Saigon wins, I guess you'll be confident. Triple Time, because it come from the Senso Unico form line. No,
wouldn't make me more confident. I'm confident with him besides her performance, Clive.
Okay.
Irrespective of how she goes.
Is that your first choice or which one?
I was actually sick he got beat last time. We labelled him. I don't know how he lost that race, Clyde.
Yes.
To be honest.
Ahead.
Still picked up a penalty, but there's no doubt, as a gelding now, he's turned the corner. And I think he'll go well. As long as he travels well, I think he'll certainly fight out the finish. Okay. I'm leaning towards the Western Cape Raiders. I also like the Futurist, number 11 here, Clyde. Have a look at the race. There's no other pacemakers in the race, Clyde. I know this horse can take a tug, and that could be his undoing. But if he gets to the front softly, relaxes, which I hope he does, I don't think he's going to want to crawl and sprint. That's not his style of running. Just as long as he relaxes up front and doesn't over-race, I can see him go start to finish. I think he's going there to the Eastern Cape fit as a fiddle, Clyde. Obviously, Mr. Crawford had this race in mind a few weeks back, and he's primed him for this event. So I think if he gets to the front, relaxes, he could be the horse to beat. Triple Time to be rattling home.
Okay. The Futurist, could it be Brett Crawford's race for the taking? We'll have a look and see what goes on. Here's our recommendation in terms of what the guys are suggesting for this event. And just a reminder that to get on, you need to please do so before 3:30.